All right, so I just came online now and I've seen the good news that President Bola Tinubu has ordered for the immediate release of those minors that were arrested because of protests. First of all, I want to give a special shout out to President Bola Tinubu for at least for listening to us, and also to all those lawyers where they dragged that case inside that court that day. Man, those lawyers will not try you. Special shout out to Marshall. Special shout out to Deji Adeyonju. Special shout out to every other lawyer that I don't even know your name. But I saw your effort and all the effort that those lawyers put together inside that court. It wasn't easy. They were there for more than 6 hours. They were all sweating back and forth with the case. Do you understand? And by now, thank God for now, the story don't change and the efforts did not go to waste. So shout out to all the lawyers that participated in everything. God bless you all. Now, we don't leave that one.
Hello viewers, welcome to PCM News. Thank you for joining in. So you saw the reaction from Very Dark Man. Tinubu has ordered for the release of the minors that were arraigned because of they protested because they raised Russian flag. So finally Tinubu has spoken. He has ordered that these minors should be released and then he dropped charges against them. So you heard what Very Dark Man said. He said shout out to those lawyers that spoke to, because I believe there are some people that spoke to President Bola Tinubu, and then they said President Bola Tinubu should come and apologize to the country for that. So the Very Dark Man said shout out to those lawyers that tried, because their effort was not in vain. They stayed there. They were going back and forth in this case. They said in the court for so many hours just to know what they would do. So Tinubu has ordered for the release of those children. So we're looking at so many things in this live section. We're looking at how AGF dropped the case, the charges against them, and also similar cases like this that happened in Borno State. We'll be seeing all of this in this live section. Just stay to the end of this live section. So let's go straight to this article. It says hungry minors, Tinubu ordered probe as FG as FG backs down. So let's go ahead. So here it says President Bola Tinubu on Monday directed the Attorney General of the Federation to ensure the immediate release of the minors detained by the Nigerian police in connection to last August protests without prejudice to any ongoing legal process. So he has said that they should drop charges against them in connection to the last August protest. He has said that they should release them without prejudice to any ongoing legal process. They say they should drop any legal process they are, any trial they are facing right now and release them. So reading on, it says the directive came days after the 76 people, including 30 minors, were charged with treason and inciting a military coup after they were seen waving Russian flags during the hashtag End Bad Governance protest against economic hardship. The Minister of the Information and National Orientation, Mohammed Idris, announced this to State House correspondents during an emergency briefing at the Aso Rock Villa, Abuja. So this man, the Minister of Information and National Orientation, Mohammed Idris, announced it. He announced that President Bola Tinubu has ordered an immediate release of these minors that were arraigned because they raised Nigerian flag. So he was the one that announced it at the State House correspondent during an emergency briefing at the Aso Rock Villa, Abuja. Idris said after examining the circumstances surrounding the cases, Tinubu issued the directive and emphasized the importance of balancing legal processes with humanitarian concerns. So Idris said that Idris examined after Idris examined the circumstances surrounding the case, Tinubu issued the directives and emphasized the importance of balancing legal processes with humanitarian concern. So, reading on it says, with a short briefing with Mr. President this evening, and immediate he has directed the immediate release of all the minors that have been arrested by the Nigerian police without prejudice to whatever legal process. They are all minors. The president has directed that all of them be released immediately, he announced. So the question is it that Tinubu don't know what's going on in this country? Is it that he was not aware that these minors were released? Because he came out to say that, these children, you can see in this article, it says, the short briefing with Mr. President this evening, and he has directed the immediate release of all the minors that have been arrested by Nigerian police without prejudice to whatever legal processes. They are all minors. The president has directed that all of them be released immediately, he announced. So the question is it that Tinubu doesn't know that these minors were released, or was it the police security of the police personnel that actually arrested these people? Is it that Tinubu is not aware of what happened? Because there was this comment I saw a certain time saying that they don't blame Tinubu, that the truth is that Tinubu, they, for them to tell Tinubu what's happening, there was this talk saying that the Tinubu is not aware of what was happening. Yeah, because they tell Tinubu what they want him to know. This was a comment I saw. So I didn't really believe that. So this article, this particular side of this article is actually making me to believe that, oh, that maybe Tinubu might not be aware. Anyways, I don't know, but Tinubu is supposed to be aware of what's happening in this country. You're supposed to be aware of what is happening, because the truth is that these children are minors. They are minors. They are not even up to 18. None of them are up to 18, 17, just 15, 10. Minors, little children that don't know anything. So now Tinubu is saying that they are all minors, that the Tinubu has released, ordered they should release them. So reading on it says, in August, Nigeria witnessed widespread protest under the hashtag End Bad Governance movement, driven by public dissatisfaction with economic hardship and governance issue. So you know what happened last time in August? Nigeria witnessed widespread protests under hashtag End Bad Governance movement, and this was because of the dissatisfaction with economic hardship, the hunger, and the bad governance issues. So the demonstration escalated, leading to the arrest of 76 individuals, including 30 minors aged between 14 and 17, who were charged with serious offences such as treason and inciting a military coup. So, what these minors that age are between 14 and 17, they were charged with a very serious offense, you know, offense such as treason and then inciting a military coup. They are kind of calling that military should take over or something. So the defendants, who had been in detention for 3 months, were arrested in the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, as well as Kaduna, Gombe, Jos, Katsina, Kano State. So these minors were arrested, they brought them from Kano, Kaduna, Gombe, Jos, Katsina down to Abuja, kept them in the Federal High Court, and also they were in police cell. So reading on, it says they were arraigned by the Inspector General of Police on 10 counts bordering on treason, intent to destabilize Nigeria, and inciting to mutiny by calling on the military to take over the government from President Bola Tinubu, among others. So these children were arraigned by Inspector General of Police on 10 counts bordering on treason, intent to destabilize Nigeria, and then calling on the military to take over the government from President Bola Tinubu, among others. So, notably, during the arraignment at the Federal High Court in Abuja, at least 4 minors collapsed, prompting widespread outrage and condemnation from civil outrage and condemnation from civil society group and human rights activists. So, they said when they were in during the arraignment at the Federal High Court in Abuja, they said four collapsed due to lack of food, hunger and everything, starvation. So they said four of these minors collapsed. And then remember, when these people collapsed, Inspector General of Police came to say that they are acting, that everything was script. That looking at the children, you will see that they are so malnourished. They are so malnourished, showing that they have not been eating for days. This children has been there for like over about 100 days, 90 something days, almost 100 days, guys. This children has been there. Imagine 3 months. 3 months. This children has been in arraignment. Look at what's happening in Nigeria. So imagine, the Inspector General of Police coming out to say that it was scripted and all of that, so that people will start pitching for. Yes, if you check, if you look well, those children are looking malnourished. You see their bones are coming out, their ribs are coming out. What do you expect? For him to say that kind of thing, what do you think? Is it that he doesn't have spirit of fatherhood? I don't understand. You can see that they are not even thinking the right way. So because of four minors collapsed, this brought the attention of human rights activists, and the whole Nigerians were talking about this stuff that just happened. On Monday, however, the president instructed the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Reduction to prioritize the immediate welfare of the minors and to ensure they are with their parents or guardians, regardless of their location within the country. So the president also ordered that the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Reduction make sure that these children, these minors, are with their parents, they are safeguarded, regardless of their location, whether they are in Jos or Plateau, that they should make sure that these children are with their parents. So additionally, an administrative committee led by the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs will be established to review all aspects related to the minors' arrest, detention, treatment, and eventual release. So reading on, it says, furthermore, the president and mandated an regulation into the an investigation into the action of all law enforcement agents and officials involved in the minors' arrest and legal processing, promising appropriate disciplinary measures against cases of misconduct uncovered. So this side of this article is like I said, is making me believe that Tinubu is not actually aware of this. Yes, because um he said he's going to the president's mandated investigation to those people that are involved in this case, to those people that arrange these children. Says they're going to um look into this matter to know, he said that the president mandated an investigation into actions of all law enforcement agents and officials involved in the minors' arrest and legal processing, promising appropriate disciplinary measures against case of misconduct uncovered. The information minister said, second, the president has also directed the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Reduction to immediately see to the welfare of those minors and also take part to ensure a smooth reunion with their parents or guardians wherever they are in this country. So, just like I said, that Tinubu has also ordered that the Ministry of Humanitarian and and Poverty Reduction will, take immediate actions to make sure that these minors, will reunite with their parents or guardian wherever they are in this country. So number three, the president has also directed that a committee be set up immediately to be headed by the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs It is actually an administrative committee to look at all issues surrounding the arrest, detention, treatment, and finally, the release of these minors. So, fourthly, the president has also directed that all the law enforcement agents involved in the arrest and the legal processes will be investigated, and if there are any infractions found to have been committed by any officials of government, be it a law enforcement agent or whoever that person may be, appropriate disciplinary actions will be taken against him or her. So Tinubu has said all these people involved in the detention of these minors, be it a law enforcement agency or wherever that person may be, that appropriate disciplinary actions will be taken against him or her. So reading on, it says FGF withdraws charges. So FGF have withdrew charges against these minors. Meanwhile, reading on, it says, meanwhile, the Punch understands that plans are underway to drop the charges preferred against the minors. The Federal High Court reconvenes today for case takeover on the next line of actions on the 119 hash end bad governance protest, including minors arraigned on Friday, November 1st. The arraignment drew backlash as Nigeria condemned the actions of Inspector General of Police. So Nigeria has come to condemn the actions of Inspector General of Police for doing this kind of thing, for arraigning these minors. So rights group Peter pelts the FG for openly and denying the minors for openly and arraigning the minors unlawfully detaining them for 3 months and allegedly leaving them malnourished. Imagine, rights groups, human rights activists has come openly to come and condemn their actions for unlawfully detaining them for 3 months and allegedly leaving them malnourished. So, however, hours after the arraignment, the Attorney General of the Federation, Lateef Fagbemi San, directed the IGP to transfer the case file to his office. Director of Public Prosecution of the Federation. In a statement issued Monday, AGF, the AGF that his office needs to examine the case closely to decide the next step. The AGF also directed the DPPF to immediately kickstart court processes to bring the adjournment date forward to an early date than January 24th, slated for substantive hearing. The Punch reported that, as directed by the AGF, the IGP on Saturday, November 2nd, handed over the case file to the office of the AGF, and parties are working together as the court is set to reconvene early this week. Also, the Defense Counsel further disclosed to one of our correspondents that steps are underway to drop the charges preferred against the children, especially with the case taken by the AGF. A source of the Federal Ministry of Justice further confirmed to this paper that the matter is coming up on Tuesday, November 5th, for case turnover. The case is coming up for takeover tomorrow, the source confirmed. So the case is coming up for takeover tomorrow, the source confirmed. The FG on November 1st arraigned two batches of hashtag end bad governance protesters before Justice Obiaro Egua, two of the Federal High Court in Abuja. The first batch included 76 protesters, 32 minors aged between 13 and 17. The second batch comprised 43 protesters. The first batch were charged within a 10 counts bordering on treason, intent to destabilize Nigeria and incite mutiny by calling on the military to take over government from President Bola Tinubu, among others. So, the charges brought against the 76 protesters, among others, read Count 1, that between July 31, 2024 to August 1st, 2024 at Abuja FCT and Kano Metropolis within the jurisdiction of this court while acting in consent and with intent to destabilize Nigeria conspired together to commit felony to wit treason you thereby committed an offence contrary to section 96 and punishable under section 97 of the Penal Code. So reading on it says that within the jurisdiction of this court while acting in consent with intent to destabilize Nigeria conspire together to commit felony to wit inciting mutiny and thereby committed an offence contrary to section 96 and punishable under section 97 of the Penal Code. So count three, that between July 31st, 2024 to August 10, 2024 in Abuja FCT, Kaduna, Kano and Gombe within the jurisdiction of this court while acting in concert with Andrew Martin Winnie, aka Andrew Provish, a British citizen with intent to destabilize Nigeria, levels war against the state to imitate or overthrow the president by attacking and injuring police officers and burning police stations. High Court Complex, NCC Complex, Kano, Printing Press, Government House, Kano, Kaduna Investment and Promotion Agency Office, NURTW Office, and several other buildings, and thereby committed an offence contrary to Section 410 of the Penal Code, Northern States Federal Provision Act, Cap P3LFN 2004. So on the third count, it says between July 31st, 2024 and August 10, that these people were trying to stabilize. They committed treason. They were trying to stabilize Nigeria and also calling on the military to take over. They were calling on the military to take over. So they said, they committed treason and then they want to stabilize Nigeria. And then it says here that with intent to stabilize Nigeria levels war against the state to intimidate or overthrow the president by attacking and injuring police officers and burning police station. High Court Complex, NCC Complex, Kano Printing Press, Government House, Kano. So let's look at what the next article is saying. It said the second batch, who were arraigned on 4 counts of similar charges as the first immediately after the okay, it says here the second batch who were arraigned on a 4 count of similar charges as the first immediately after the close of proceedings of the first batch, like the 76 defendants earlier arraigned, pleaded not guilty to the charge preferred against them. So guys, like I said, Very Dark Man has reacted to the order because Tinubu ordered that these children should be released. So the questions Nigerians are asking is it that Tinubu don't know that these children were released? Because he has come out to say that these children are minors, that they're going to probe, they're going to make investigations concerning this case, that anyone involved in their arraignment or any whether they are law enforcement agencies, anyone that are involved in their arraignments will be disciplined. This is what President Bola Tinubu said. So is it that he doesn't know that this is what is happening in this country? You see that he's not aware? Because there was this comment, like I said earlier, that I saw that someone commented and said that they tell Tinubu what they want him to know. Is it that Tinubu is not aware of what's happening in this country? So that's the questions Nigeria are asking, because he came out to say that those children are minors and then they're going to make investigations, that anybody involved in their arraignment will be disciplined, whether him or her, or whether an enforcement agency, a law enforcement agency. So let's take the reactions. Just watch this video so you can see reaction of Very Dark Man. Very Dark Man has come out to say shout out to Tinubu for actually releasing these children. And then it's also shout out to Deji Adeyanju and other lawyers that we are there, that we are going back and forth in this case. So guys, just take a look at this video.
All right, so I just came online now and I've seen the good news that President Bola Tinubu has ordered for the immediate release of those minors that were arrested because of protests. First of all, I want to give a special shout out to President Bola Tinubu for at least for listening to us, and also to all those lawyers where they dragged that case inside that court that day. Man, those lawyers will not try you. Special shout out to Marshall. Special shout out to Deji Adeyanju. Special shout out to every other lawyer that I don't even know your name. But I saw your effort and all the effort that those lawyers put together inside that court. It wasn't easy. They were there for more than 6 hours. They were all sweating back and forth with the case. Do you understand? And by now, thank God for now, the story don't change and the efforts did not go to waste. So shout out to all the lawyers that participated in everything. God bless you all. Now, we don't leave that one.
So guys, you heard what Very Dark Man said. So a lot of Nigerians also has come out to condemn the actions of the Inspector General of Police for arraigning these children and charge them bail, because many Nigerians were so surprised that how can minors be arraigned in Nigeria? Where does that one happen? That these children are still small. So, people are saying that Tinubu might not be aware of what is happening, because according to what he came out to say, what President Bola Tinubu came out to say, he said these children were minors, and people were surprised that Tinubu don't even know what's happening in this country. You can see that a lot of things happen in this country. Like, they only tell Tinubu what they want him to know, and this is very bad. Tinubu is supposed to know every single thing happening in this country, and then he has ordered that these children should be released. So, guys, I've come to the end of this live section. Do all to drop your comments under the comment section. Let me know your takes on this. Let me know what you're saying on this headline. And then don't forget to subscribe if you're new, like and share this video. Thank you for joining in. Thank you for joining in. And I will see you guys next time.